Greetings and salutations. Welcome to this challenge flag. Yes, that's the challenge flag right there. Ref the district. I'm Nathan Perry.
What up?
Trev is with me in the house.
Yeah.
Stone is in the house as well. Guys, this game. Not exactly the way we wanted this game to go, huh?
No. Not even close. But I guess we'll save that for tomorrow's Day After Reckoning.
We will. The entire Day After Reckoning will be the breakdown of the game itself, what this challenge flag product is.
Save it.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Nathan. I just wanted to show you who was in the chat first and foremost. That's all I wanted to show
our
you.
lady, our resident expert Cowboys fan, Katie Markle, in there is going to throw some shade tomorrow. You know, she's looking for that cowboy gear. You can look for that tomorrow.
Yeah, this is strictly quarterback talk today.
Today's immediate reaction. What we want to talk about today, because the Day After Reckoning is like, let's let this settle in. Let's let this talk about what happened and where the Washington football team can go from here. Okay. Today
we're going to fight.
Today is a fight. Today is an immediate challenge flag. I've got the flag. It's tossed. It's there.
Nathan has made a challenge. What's the challenge you just made, Nathan?
The challenge is on our QB situation.
Okay.
I'm asking, should Taylor Heinicke continue to be the quarterback for the Washington football team?
Stoner, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first, Trev.
Okay.
Because this I don't know what the right word is, but people, and when I say people, I'm specifically talking about Trevi Trev, but Trevi Trev and people like Trevi Trev. They're prisoners of the moment. Taylor Heinicke, for the last 4 games, has been a very good quarterback. He flat out stunk today. Okay. But that does not mean that you're just going to throw everything out that you've gotten to this point and say, let's just start with 4 games left. Let's start with a new quarterback. That to me is insane.
Okay.
I mean, I can go on forever, but I'm trying to give you guys a chance here.
I don't care about that 4-game win streak anymore and what Taylor did. You take away the defense and some of the gifts we were given by the referees, we don't win those games. Taylor Heinicke, we know what he is since day one, training camp, preseason, to coming in and becoming the starting quarterback week 1. Unfortunately, he's got guts, he's got courage.
He's got what, Trev? He's got what, Trev? Say it, Trev.
Say it.
And so then, which is cool. Moxie. Like, I mean, he's great.
A gamer. He's a gamer. He is.
It's great to have in the NFL. Like, you want that out of your player, but when it comes to the quarterback, you need more than just a gamer.
You do.
You need somebody who is mentally prepared, understands the game, understands when to throw it away, when to not throw it away, when to audible at the line, he's very good at under pressure playmaking and stuff, escapes the pocket, but he ain't escaped no pocket today. And it's just time. When you saw Kyle Allen come in for the very first play in the first half, when Taylor suffered that first injury or whatever, we ran an RPO and we actually let the quarterback keep it, and he ran for 12 yards. Taylor Heinicke's a scrambling quarterback. Why have we run that play a single time?
For running.
He did in the second half, by the way.
In 13 games.
He didn't do it in the first half, though.
Did you see the body language from the receivers, the crowd, other players, offensive linemen, the sideline? When Taylor was in there, you saw the frustration, the depression, the down themselves, we might as well just give up. When Kyle Allen came in the second half, he provided that spark. I mean, he knows the offense. He knows the players. Players know him. Reps are not. They've caught a ball from Kyle Allen before. And he placed the ball in places for the receivers to actually make a play after the catch or to make a great uncontested catch. Mm-hmm. He threw 2 good balls that were both dropped. We'll talk about that. But Taylor cannot make those throws when nobody in practice even. Agreed. So my thing is, I think you bench Taylor Heinicke. You start with Kyle Allen. You have to. We know what Taylor is. We've seen it last year in the playoff. We've seen it for 13 games this year. He's not consistent. His accuracy is awful. He throws YOLO balls. When Kyle came in, it was no hesitation. He didn't hold on. He just knew exactly where he was going. He threw to the open receiver for the most time. He saw receivers. He looked at all his reads. It just looked like the offense was more fluid outside of Taylor Heinicke. And I think since we're really in an important position still after this loss, I think he gives us the best chance to win and compete better for the rest of the season than Taylor Heinicke.
If there's anything Washington fans love more than a win, it's a backup quarterback. Mm-hmm. and I mean, right now, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. We got a couple backup quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. One of them happens to be starting. One of them is a backup quarterback. One of them came in and performed well against the most hated team in the division and performed reasonably well.
Better than Taylor.
Correct. Yes. All of these things, most of these things are very accurate, what you're saying. Kyle Allen came in there. He provided a spark. Kyle Allen came in there and he threw balls that looked like an NFL quarterback is supposed to do. Right? Yes. Kyle Allen provided exactly what this team needed at the right time. Kyle Allen did all of those things.
Okay. As a backup quarterback would.
That's right. Kyle Allen also did what Kyle Allen does.
Okay.
And that's turn the ball over.
Yes,
and he turned it over in a absolutely crucial spot of the game.
How many times did Taylor turn the ball over today in a crucial spot?
In a crucial spot, probably 0.
No,
he turned it over twice, but in crucial spots. I'm talking about when the game is on the line. His were both in the first half.
Well, crucial doesn't just mean game is on the line. I would say crucial would mean also within scoring position.
Yes.
And in that regard, I still think it's 0, right? I mean, what he turned over the ball, I think both times within
it was in our territory.
we got the cat. We got the cat and the
it was in our territory.
It was within our territory. So I don't think those are well, I guess maybe that could be crucial. Here's the thing.
Crucial. Yeah.
Kyle Allen did what a backup quarterback does, which is provide the spark. Kyle Allen also did what backup quarterbacks do, which is turn the ball over. Taylor Heinicke didn't exactly do what he needed to do to solidify him as the quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's also won 4 games in a row.
But you got to credit the defense too, though. You have to.
Of course you do.
Well, absolutely.
Of course you have to credit
I think Kyle could have done the
defense
same
has
thing.
done its part.
Kyle could have done the same thing. My personal grief is when Kyle Allen came in, I personally had 0 hesitation of like, oh God, where's the ball going? Oh God. I had none of that. Every time Taylor drops back, he looks terrified. He looks terrified every single time. Clean pocket, not clean pocket. He looks terrified. He hesitates so much. He forces. Please, all right, y'all. I'm not.
I wish I had the ability right now to roll the tape.
I know
where I said at the beginning of the season, I said, I know we can pull this back. And if we
can.
were doing this not live, we could do this. Okay. When I said at the beginning of the season, I hate how much when Heinicke has the ball, that every play seems like an emergency,
Broken.
right? Like every play seems like it's like he has to find the right play. Heinicke is who he is. Now, Heinicke, who he is, still won 4 games in a row. I don't think you bench him immediately.
He should have been benched at halftime. I'll say that. He should have been benched at halftime and give Kyle Allen the full second half.
I just totally disagree with that.
I also disagree. I'm so glad there's somebody here who also has.
What was the score at halftime?
It was
21 Zippy.
It was not good.
What was the final score?
27-20.
How much of that did Kyle Allen provide?
He provided 6 points.
Bro.
How much of Kyle Allen did that provide?
6 points.
No. Trev, look back at that, and how much of that did Kyle Allen provide?
A lot. He did it for the entire team.
No.
Are you kidding me?
That.
He made it for the entire team, not just him personally. You saw the difference in the attitude. As soon as Kyle came in, I mean, every time DeAndre Carter was throwing a ball that was nowhere near him, you saw him do this. You've seen that from Terry McLaurin every game like this. By the way, Taylor got him that concussion. I don't care what anybody says. He did.
Big loss there, by the way.
He did. But that's my thing is like Kyle, not only just Kyle's, play style, but just what he did for the entire team. The entire team rallied behind him.
Again, that's what a backup quarterback does, which is reinvigorate the team.
Now put him out there for 50, 60 plays a game, every game, week after week, and you're going to get Taylor Heinicke or less than Taylor Heinicke.
I don't know.
That's who Kyle Allen is. Kyle Allen has had his chances in Carolina. Okay. He had his chances with this team in 2020 or 2019, whatever it was.
I mean, just look at the way he threw the ball, you guys. He
has a better arm.
Yes.
Jeff George has a great arm. Dwayne Haskins has a great arm. The arm doesn't matter if you have to be able to put it all together. He definitely has a much better arm. He's a mobile quarterback as well. He knows the offense. We're saying all the same things about Taylor Heinicke except for the arm.
And the accuracy.
And Taylor Heinicke, here's my final thought. How's this? My final thought on this particular subject.
Okay.
There's more to coaching a football team and deciding who plays than the guy that you send out there play after play. And in this situation, the quarterback. There's more to it. There's a psychological game to it. There's a way that you have to make sure that your team is behind certain players that are playing in the game. There is a way of saying, well, I'm just going to bench this quarterback who's been playing for 12 games and has won 4 games in a row, and I'm just going to bench him. And the team may respond shortly, but then they're going to say, well, this is a guy who's just going to panic whenever things start breaking down a little bit. So there's a psychological game to it more than just the physical play of the game. And Ron Rivera is playing the long game, not the short game.
Okay.
Not we're just going to figure out what we're going to do to get through this game. It's a long game. And so he has to take all of that into consideration. He has to take what goes on in the quarterback room each and every day in practice, all the reps that these guys go through every single day, their understanding of the playbook, their physical, whether they're healthy or not, their ability to get along with other players, the other players backing. All of these things go into it.
How do we know?
And Ron Rivera said Taylor Heinicke is this team's quarterback as long as he is healthy. I'm out.
How do we not like? Why can't we just give Kyle Allen a full week of reps? Why can't we do that?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so Kyle Allen is 7-10 in his career, so it's not exactly like he's a world beater. Okay,
I'm not. Yeah,
in this particular instance.
He's better.
Taylor Heinicke is 6-7, right? I mean, if
6
Yeah,
and 8.
this particular 6 and 7 because he didn't start the first game of the season.
Yeah, but he played the entire game.
He
except for
played
5 plays.
2/3 of the game.
Yeah.
He played.
But starting wise, he's 6 and 7. I agree with Smokey. Shout out to Smokey and Roger and EP. Shout out to
we know
Katie
that.
in our,
We know
in
that.
in our chat here as
You know
well.
what?
We know that neither one of these guys are the QB of the future. We all know that. We're talking about this.
That's exactly what Smokey says here, and I'm going to put this back up here. Neither one of these QBs is the guy.
No, but the guy to give us the best chance to win right now is Kyle Allen, in my opinion.
I respect your opinion, Trev, but I totally and completely disagree with it.
And we mentioned this on the live stream. You said like it's a psychological thing. Yeah, quarterback. You bench Gibby. Why can't you bench Taylor Heinicke and let him know? Just put it in his head for a series or two, a quarter, whatever.
Because there are 4 running backs that play during the course of the game. You bench Gibby, you got 3 other guys you can go to.
And speaking of that, we'll get that tomorrow. But Jonathan Williams, better than Gibby today. But anyways, he was.
Trev, I happen to agree with you after the second turnover. That's where I'm like, maybe this is the time you just bench.
Thank you.
Thank
you, bro. Okay. Cam Newton's been benched his entire career this season. That's all he does. And he's not crying. He comes back in.
Cam Newton was benched for PJ Walker today.
Yes. And he came back in the third quarter.
Who's an MVP talent who went to the Super Bowl, was benched for a guy
who bro.
Nobody cares about.
You got to hurt feelings, bro. It's the NFL. You got to let Taylor know, look, you're not getting it done. You're not getting it done. Sit down.
There's eventually a time you bench the guy.
There is.
And today, he got benched.
Benched.
The backup quarterback produced some, but also did backup quarterback things, which is what Soner's talking about, which was that turnover. And this is where you have to sit there and look at it. And you sit there. Here's the thing. Washington, regardless of where they
should have benched
Dak, which is still in position for a playoff spot here, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't bench
play
Dak.
the long game. Why not? He was terrible in the second half.
They were winning the entire game. That's why you don't bench Dak.
He threw that ridiculous interception that a second grader should know better than to throw that pass.
But they were winning.
Especially in that situation.
Dak is always
Dak.
It's Dak. Okay, now we're talking Dak Prescott against Taylor Heinicke. Let's be honest.
I'm being a little.
But seriously, I mean, okay, maybe you shouldn't start him next game, but you definitely. Well, I'll stand by that. You definitely should have started him second half. I'm sorry, bro. Because also I made this point too. Taylor's fragile as hell.
This game particularly, I do agree with Trev. Allen should have came in sooner.
You gotta send a message. You gotta let your team know that if you're.
I disagree with you, Allen, or I disagree with you, Trev, that Allen should start next game. I agree with Stoner on this point.
Also, you guys, pending Taylor's injuries, elbow, knee, whatever else.
He is pretty banged up.
We might be looking at Kyle Allen anyway, regardless next week. So
that's a different situation.
It is, but I just feel like we've seen the Taylor show. He's never going to be.
He's not the guy. We know that, right? This particular podcast here on Ref the District, none of us were a part of the Hive. EP here, and let me find her.
Connor, how do you think he had a good game last game and we only won 17-15?
Because he had a good game.
How?
He had an okay game. He's only had okay games. When was the last time he had a good game?
Stoner said very, very good in the 4-game win streak. I don't like that.
He's been very, very good in the 4-game win
streak. No. What are you talking about?
Shall I bring up the stats?
Please. Yes. Please.
You guys do your stats.
30 minutes.
Very, very good. Very, very good is top 5?
Yeah, very, very good.
I would accept top 7.
Top 5 is great.
Top 7?
No, he's been a top
10? 15?
Top 15 is just good. Not very, very good.
For those 4 weeks?
Okay, now you're being a little bit.
You're being
you're being
ridiculous.
nitpicky.
I'm just gonna let you.
You're being a
know
little
here.
bit nitpicky with the words that I'm saying.
I-
He's been
I agree with
very
Smokey.
good. Okay,
Taylor
I'm gonna have
Heinicke's
one
never
very.
been intended to be
Yeah.
the guy.
You can have one Barry.
Thank you.
If you have to have a Barry, you can have one.
So the last 4 weeks.
Okay,
Okay, I'm not going to be able to do
minus
all
the
the
Dallas
math in my
game.
head.
Minus the
minus
Dallas,
the Dallas game.
Right before the Dallas game, I can't
Okay.
do everything in my head perfectly. I can do all the math, but it would take.
All
forever.
right. Stoner, we know you're bad at math. It's
7 touchdowns and 2 picks. He's averaged about 225 yards passing and about 75% completion percentage.
okay.
And
So he's been
a
good.
rating of does he have a
QBR
rating on here?
or QB rating.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's even on here. Yeah, I'll have to check lower. Let me go down here lower.
All I'm saying is Kyle Allen came in today and had a better QBR rating than QBR.
Yeah,
than,
I mean, that's
Barely.
a difference. That's a difference because QB rating is a stat that is based off of literally just that, right? It's just it's just completion percentage, yards, and
Mhm.
touchdowns. Like that's it. Like, oh, you did this? Great.
Mhm.
QBR is actually looking at the plays where it's just like, okay, great. It's 3rd and 17 and you threw a 10-yard pass.
every time.
Okay, that doesn't do anything.
Every
Okay,
time,
let me give
man.
you his rating in the last 4 games. Not his QBR. I'll go find that. His rating in the last 4 games:
This is QB
110.4,
rating.
141.3 against Carolina, 90.5 against Seattle, and 101.5 against the Raiders.
Please find
Okay, that's
his
somewhere
PFF.
in 110,
Great.
150.
Great. Find his PFF and find his QBR because that
I
is
told
way
you it
more
was gonna be
important than his QB rating that you just gave me. And
I
I'm
don't even
telling you
care about
right
numbers,
now,
bro.
it's nowhere near as good.
I don't care about numbers, honestly, when it comes to QBR. I just care about like what he actually did in the field and not to provide those stats. He's bad, man. His balls are really high, and the passes he throws are really high.
Are you saying
No.
his balls haven't dropped yet, Trevor?
No, my man Justin Herbert down here slinging 70-yard balls at 22 years old, and Taylor's damn near 30, and he can't throw it 20 yards down the field.
Mhm. Listen, I don't argue with that. I totally agree. I just think that the difference between him and Kyle Allen is not enough to where you're just going to throw everything that you've put together over the last 12
All right.
weeks and let's just say, let's start over.
So that part I agree with you. Okay, that
just not
part
gonna
I agree
throw it
with
all
you.
away.
It's not
Start
time to turn to
Yeah.
Kyle Allen. Okay, it is
All
not
right.
time to turn
And
to
we're
Kyle
out.
Allen.
That's perfect.
Okay. All I'm saying is your idealization of what Taylor Heinicke has brought to this table is not accurate. There's
What
a
if
middle
I'm-
ground here.
You're like, you guys, I'm out.
Trev
Yeah.
What up?
wants to hit that button and be like, no, it's Kyle Allen time.
It is, man. I'm sick
It's
of
not
this.
Kyle Allen time. It's not.
No. Okay. If Taylor plays like this against Philly, you have to go to Kyle Allen because it's Philly.
Now you're starting to make some sense, Trey.
There we go. First
You
half,
are not making
Taylor
sense.
Heinicke plays
I was
what he
making
did
sense.
just
I
now.
was
23
making
minutes.
I was making sense for 23 minutes. I said he should have started second half. I did say that. I said he should have started second half, which he should have.
No,
He
I
should
don't
have.
agree. I don't agree. But if he comes out in the first half against Philadelphia and goes whatever he was, 4 for 20 for 56 yards, now we're talking about that's yanking time because now you've established another pattern. But you just can't throw away what he's done all this time and just say all of a sudden he stinks. He had a bad game. He had a terrible game.
You're
Let's see
allowed a
how
bad
he
game.
rebounds.
All right, so final answer. Stoner says no. Nathan says no. And
No.
I say you
You-
go to
you-
Kyle Allen.
No,
I'm
you
done-
play Heinicke.
I'm done
Next
with the
game,
Heinicke show.
you play Heinicke.
If we do, It's audition tapes. I don't even want an organization next year. I don't. He's got to go be a backup somewhere else.
You draft a QB next year, please.
And you bring in a vet.
I'm not a part of the hive
you
here.
Make that the biggest You make that the biggest competition of the offseason is quarterback. You bring in 2-3 guys. You have to. You have to.
No, I disagree with that.
You disagree with bringing in QB competition?
To bring in 2 or 3 guys after you draft a guy?
No, okay. I'm sorry. After draft, I'm saying you draft a guy, maybe you bring in a guy in free agency.
Or 2. Because Kyle's leaving after this year. He gone. So
he's still on the roster next year. He's still
Taylor.
I believe he still has Taylor Heinicke has both these guys have another year on the roster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They can get cut, bro. It doesn't matter. They can get cut.
Yeah, they can get cut.
We pay them no money. We pay them $1 million.
So next year, for the record, just want to make sure we're clear here.
Yeah.
Taylor and Kyle are on the roster next year.
Gone.
Okay?
Gone.
Let me finish. All right. Taylor and Kyle have a contract for next year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We, the district, all agree draft a QB. Right?
Right. You're 100% drafting a quarterback.
Okay.
Whether
so
it's
that's 3.
First pick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do we all agree at least pick up a free agent QB?
That's what I'm talking about. You draft somebody.
Trev agrees.
You bring in a veteran that's a free agent, and you have
doesn't agree. Okay, that's where the disagreement is. Okay,
yes.
Shout out to
Corey
on the warpath there for joining
this
us
isn't,
in chat.
Taylor's job is not a guarantee next year.
As a backup, it should be.
Maybe not.
As
Taylor
a bridge guy,
and Kyle are great bridge QBs.
A bridge guy. What happened to our last bridge guy? What happened?
He's 38 and had a bad hip.
But he was coming off one of his best years of his career ever in Miami.
We also can't plan for that.
And now
to happen.
we see how
he also technically wasn't the bridge QB because there wasn't actually a QB that was drafted this year.
You blow on Taylor Heinicke and he's hurt. That man is fragile as hell.
No, wrong. He just played 14 consecutive games until he finally got hurt, got pulled out of a game.
He's shown signs that he was hurt, but I bet he's been hurt every single game. He just has been quiet about it.
Well,
but this time he had to let it out this time.
You can't say.
He's no bigger than my computer desk I'm sitting at right now. He needs
that was the not coming on.
My man was like, he's no bigger than my 8-year-old.
And I don't want to get into the game because that's tomorrow, but that tip interception. Why are you throwing it? The dude is 6'5", Taylor. What are you doing?
There's a lot of problems wrong with Taylor Heinicke's game.
Kyle Allen. I'm gonna come on this show in a what's it called? A rag me down, hand me down, Kyle. I'll make my own damn Kyle Allen jersey, and I'm gonna wear that joint on the show when he leads us to victory next Sunday against Philadelphia Eagles.
First, unfortunately, you're gonna have to wear some cowboy blue tomorrow on day.
I didn't tell you that. I'm not gonna be able to be there tomorrow.
There's no backing out of this.
I have nothing else to do tomorrow, but I'm not gonna make the show.
There's no backing out of this. I agree, Smokey. Right. The O-line did not.
We'll talk about O-line
tonight, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. In fact, we're going to be talking about the entire thing.
Please.
Unfortunately, we made a bet where we will have to at least sport some sort of blue during the cast.
I mean, we got a Facebook, Twitch, or Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter logos on our banner all have blue. That's good enough.
Maybe.
Hey, we didn't say we had to wear a Cowboys item.
No.
We just had to wear blue.
There's something blue.
So let's just make sure we understand.
Something blue within our cast will be tomorrow. We will talk about the entire game tomorrow. We just knew that today, if we didn't talk about the QB situation today, it was going to take up 30 minutes.
We wouldn't have slept.
This has taken up today.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Of our day after reckoning. So catch us tomorrow on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tomorrow, 7 p.m. And by the way, if you want to catch us, if you want to actually call in, please do so. So Smokey, Corey, EP, Janelle,
Look at
Jonathan.
Look at
Who
Smokey
else we got
Sandman.
here? And Roger, you guys can actually call in. And Katie, I don't know that you want to call
No,
in. Katie,
Katie.
you're
No.
busy tomorrow. You're busy
Yeah.
tomorrow, Katie.
I'm not, yeah.
You don't have
You
to
see
call
Smokey's
in.
comment? Shout out Smokey Brown one time. He's going to subscribe now.
Smokey, who's been very active in this chat. Please, come in tomorrow. We're going to talk the full game. We're going to talk about how pitiful that
Can't wait.
first half was, how exciting the second half was, and how that should have been more about what the real game was.
Kyle Allen.
And we'll get back to you and we'll find out what the game was. But like I said, we wanted to sit here and talk about the QB situation in particular, because as you can see here on Ref the District, we're not
divided
exactly on the same page for this.
We
Nothing
all have our
personal.
own minds.
Nothing personal. It's just
That's right.
those two guys up above me have no idea what they're talking about. That's all it is.
Right.
So it's just cool.
Right.
I accept it.
You'll have to catch us tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yep.
Until next time,
What?
be a fan.
Okay.
We love Washington, and we some die-hard fans. Yeah, we are. You know we keep it on 10. Let's talk about the offense. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And they gifted. We are Ref the District. Podcast. Come on now and join us. You join in.